All right, I'm here with my buddy 11. He's the cover boy of our puppy class brochure, and now he's not a puppy anymore. He's a big dog and he pulls. I'm going to show you basically a walk back in. This is one of the exercises we go over for our 4-week loose leash walking program. Now, for dogs, whatever direction our feet are pointing is where the dog thinks we're going. And so to make our dog checking in with us, I'm going to be walking backwards. Now, where are we teaching this? We're teaching it in the house. The number one reason that dogs fail to learn to walk with a loose leash is we try to teach them on a walk. Surgeons don't learn to operate on people by slicing them open, but for some reason in dogs, that's what we do. We put them in the most advanced situation possible. So I'm going to do this in the house. We have a nice hallway here, so he doesn't really have a lot of room to move to the side. And this is really a conditioning exercise. We're getting him practiced at following us and being rewarded for doing so. I'm using a clicker for this as well as high value treats. Now, the clicker, I have the same hand that I have the leash, so my other hand can be free. If you haven't already loaded the clicker, you need to do that first before you do this exercise. All right, 11. 11, I know, it's your mommy. Come here. All right, so I'm gonna put him in a sit just to start. Now, you're seeing I'm gonna do this pretty quickly. When I click, I'm clicking for him walking towards me. He's really walking towards the treat that I drop, but that's what I'm clicking for. I'm not clicking for him getting the treat. So you're clicking and then he's getting the treat. And I'm gonna drop the treats pretty quickly. So when he's licking up the first treat, that's about when he goes to lick up the treat, I'm stepping backwards. When he's licking up that treat, I'm getting ready to drop it. So when he's licking up the treat, he looks up, he sees me drop the next treat. So you're kind of going pretty quickly. You wanna be rushed, you don't wanna be rushed, but you do wanna go quickly and you'll have a good rhythm as you get used to this. 11, sit. Yeah, I know your mom's following you. You're a little bit off your game. 11, puppy, puppy. Whoa, as I'm knocking myself into the wall. All right, come here, buddy. I know, mom's gonna stay right there, and this way you're gonna be able to see her as you walk towards me. All right. 11. Well, 11 is a little bit distracted. That's okay. So we'll keep on filming. So basically when we're doing this, and I'm gonna show you an alternative version of it, actually as I walk, and I'm gonna have you go right over here if you could. And I'm gonna show you, this is too early to be doing it, if you could go to your door. So basically this is too early to be doing it, but there's a second part to this exercise. And the first one I just got done showing you is what you wanna do until you're able to almost take like 2 steps between you have to drop the next treat. Now, eventually what we want to do is something called a pivot. So I'm going to walk backwards and the camera's going to stay right there. I'm going to walk backwards doing the same thing we just did, and then I'm going to show you the pivot as I come back. 11, come here. 11. Whoa. 11. Now I want 11 on my left side, so I'm going to turn. So now I'm walking towards, when you do the pivot, you want the dog ending up on the side you want to walk on. His guardians want him to walk on the left side. So I kind of, as I do it, I'll do it again. So if I want him to go in here, I'm turning to my right, and I'm dropping the treat. And I'm clicking right before he gets to that treat. Now this is the pivot. This is essentially 2 exercises at once. The first one is just dropping that treat, clicking as he's about to get to that treat, as you're stepping back. When he looks at the treat, he looks up and he sees you're already ready to drop that next treat. You want to do this a hallway, wherever it is. We do all of these in the house. Most of the reason that people fail to teach a dog to walk with a loose leash, they do it on an actual walk, as I mentioned earlier. So we want to practice in the house. When we get to the point where I can go maybe from the camera to back here and back, well, actually, 4 out of 5 passes. So I walk from the camera to here, and he's following along nice. He's not trying to go to the side. Turn around and go backwards. That's going to be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. When I do 5 of those in a row, 4 out of 5 in a row, he's not trying to go past us. He's followed along nicely. Then I'm ready to level up. 11. For leveling up for this exercise, what we like to do is then we like to practice outside on the deck. So you might have to move your actual furniture a little bit, but you're just going to walk back and forth here. Once you get to 4 out of 5 passes in a row, Then we're going to go to the next level, which would be the backyard, 4 to 5 in a row there. Then we go to the front yard, and then maybe potentially the street. Now, one thing about 4 out of 5. A lot of us, once we get 4 out of 5, we immediately race to the next one. What we want dogs to do, though, is practice the way we want them to do it. So when I can walk backwards 4 out of 5 times in a row and he's following me nicely, nothing wrong with practicing that a couple extra times, because now he's doing it the way we want. That's really the gold practice that we're looking for. Now we want to go to the next, we want to eventually be able to put all these pieces together and go on an actual walk, so you don't want to sit there forever. But after you get 4 out of 5 in a row, maybe there's nothing wrong with sticking around and practicing that the rest of the day. Maybe once the next day before you move up to the next level. 11, sit. Well, this is my buddy 11, and this is how you can do the walk back game and the pivot. So now we're walking the same direction to teach your dog elements of loose leash walking.